In this video, I'm going to be taking project files from two different producers who have solid beat ideas that just aren't hitting quite right. My goal for this video is to help these producers level up their beats and bring them up to that industry standard and make them into bangers. And if you're wondering why I'm the one to fix these people's beats, I've been lucky enough to work with 21 Savage, Future, Chris Brown, have platinum records, and I'm going to try to take a bunch of the knowledge and stuff that I've learned to improve these beats and give you guys some gems that you can apply to your own music. There's going to be a ton of valuable info in here, and these beats turned out crazy, so make sure to stay tuned till the end. And let's jump right in with my boy Bobby Pluto and Southside Cam's beat. All right, so to find the beats, I just asked the Sonics Academy Discord to send some beats into this Fix My Beat session, and let's take a listen. Okay. This one's kind of cool. There's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done, but I kind of like the idea. It's like this like rock, weird, edgy trap beat. So let's download that and let's get to work. All right, so it is definitely a little bit all over the place right now, both pattern-wise and sonically. The first thing I want to do is I just want to kind of mess with the volumes. Like everything is so loud. I feel like a lot of the times beginner producers fall for the trap of pushing the volumes as loud as they possibly can to make their beats hit harder. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take all these layers and turn them down a little bit so we have some more room to work with. Now I can hear it a little bit. Okay, that 808 is way louder than everything else, so you turn that down. Hi-hat needs to be turned up. I kind of like that like busy snare. Right now, there's so much going on. I feel like I need to just mute it for now. Let's see if we can keep it later. But all right, so the first problem with the 808 is cutting out the low end of the 808. So he's let through that low end, and he's also got a clipper directly on the 808 channel. Also, the 808 is playing at such a high octave that it has this weird kind of frequency. I mean, immediately, that sounds a lot better. Also, I feel like I don't like this 808 sound very much, so I'm going to try to change this to a different one. The snare and 808 are both hitting together right here, and I feel like that's just making it sound a little dirty. Maybe just delete these bounce snares right there. And then right here, I might be able to maybe delete the 808 so that we got room for that bounce snare. Another thing is I want these main snares to be hitting harder than the bounce snares, so I'm just going to turn the velocity up on all these main snares. So what I'm going to do now is copy all those patterns onto different sounds and see if I can choose some sounds that kind of fit better. I like that one better for sure. And then as I'm just listening, I feel like this stomp is cool. I like that. Like I feel like it adds to that like mean attitude of the beat. Right? But I feel like having it in the main section is going to be a little too much, a little too complicated, like if a rapper was supposed to be on this. But it would be super cool to have like a breakdown section, maybe like a clap, like every fourth bar. Horrific playing on my part, horrific rhythm, but we're gonna just quantize that, boom. And then maybe take the hi-hats off for this part too. Simplify it a little bit. I'm not sure if I feel like the chants might not, I like the idea of a chant, but those ones I'm not feeling, so I'm going to delete those. And then I want to try to like layer all of them together to make it sound really big. Put a little pitch shifter on just to change the pitch while I'm working on it. Keep my ideas fresh. I'm not going to lie, this is coming out kind of hard. I might even make the stomp hit with that. Yeah. Just nice repetitive. See what it would sound like if I layered the melody on top of each other. One up an octave. Now some guitar amp on that. Let's go to the upcoming melody mastery kit. Grab a bass. Thinking that we could build on top of this melody a little bit so it's not just one single melody layer the whole time. And now I feel like I'm getting to a point where I just keep adding sounds and nothing's working. That's a great point where you should be like, okay, cool, like the beat is done. What I'm gonna do now is just like copy and paste this over a bunch and then try to arrange this out into like a full finished, at least like idea of a beat. Let's see what this sounds like actually. Like keep that original 808 pattern here. Yeah, switch up. It's like a little different for a verse. We go to splice and try to find like some crazy like over the top vocal. Yeah, some like Brazilian funk. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's kind of hard. Then I'm thinking on this like hook section, I could change that snare sound so that it feels like some like a different section, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so this is what they sent me to start with. So yeah, it's got a ton of energy. I just felt like it was like a little too much going on and like too distorted. Thought I could clean it up a little bit. Why did you were the one who submitted it. What made you think to submit it to like get fixed, I guess?
You know, it has a lot of, in my mind, a lot of potential. It's still like really raw. So I think it was kind of like what you're looking for in the sense of like different from like, I feel like the standard stuff that most people would submit, you know?
The main melody, I kept that pretty much the same because I really liked that part. I simplified the drums quite a bit, especially the 808, and then I added to the melody a little bit, but just playing the same melody just on a different preset. I added on this little switch up section. But yeah, this is what I got. Now that melody is crazy.
That's wild.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. What do you guys think?
Dude, that's crazy.
Oh, the vocal thing that I think you added there, that shit was tough.
That's crazy how you flipped it. That shit is tough.
I mean, you guys came up with the core idea. I really just kind of tweaked it. I think it came out crazy. I think I'm gonna send this to Enerly Choppa and his team and see if we can do something. Real quick, before we get in and flip this second idea, if you're wondering how I actually chose the beats from my subscribers to actually work on, both of these beats came from the Sonics Academy private Discord. So essentially, I run a group mentorship program called the Sonics Academy, where inside of there, we do weekly group calls, beat reviews. You get access to opportunities to be in my videos like this. You get access to every single course I've done on making money, making better music, music theory, how to make soul samples, trap, all that good stuff. So if you've ever wanted to be mentored by me on a deeper level than just these YouTube tutorials where I can't really go super in depth on a ton of information that'll help you out, check the first link in the description to check out Sonics Academy. And as a thank you for watching the channel, if you use the code PLAT, P-L-A-T, you can get 50% off your first month if you're a new user. Anyways, link is in the description. Let's get into the second beat. And by the way, I think that this one is a great example of using the right sounds or higher quality sounds or instruments can make your idea sound 10 times better. Even if your initial idea was actually good, but it didn't have quite the right sound, it doesn't sound as professional as when you're using great sounds. So anyways, let's get into it. All right, so for this one, I was going through the channel and I found this one by my boy Solterox. And I like the progression, I like the vibe. There's a few notes here and there that are a little off. And I personally just don't like VST guitars almost ever. So I think if I replay this progression pretty closely on this guitar, I think that could turn into something cool. All right, that's the first chord. And then I think it goes down here. Yeah. As you can tell, I am not a guitarist. Try my best here. All right, so now I'm just going through the recording and trying to find little parts that I can stitch together to make it sound like, you know, I know what I'm doing on guitar and I played it all at once. That take's not bad. Then we're gonna find the other chords. All right, so after a bit of messing around, I came up with this. So originally we started with this kind of VST guitar loop, but on real guitar, I felt like it would just give it much better vibe, like I said earlier. And then if we listen back to the original loop, the next sound he had was this synth pad. This sound actually isn't that bad, so let me see if I can grab that really quick. That's hard. And now I'm just gonna start adding effects. I think I'm gonna add like heavier reverb on these so that they have like a different texture than that main guitar take. And now I'm thinking I want to kind of thicken up that synth part a little more. So I'm going to go into my analog lab bank for my upcoming kit, Melody Mastery, which is going to be crazy. And I've been working on it for a while now. Let me just go in here and try to find some synths that I can layer in here. Maybe for the second section, we can half speed the guitar to just kind of open it up for that synth lead to shine. Yeah, that's hard. I've actually been making these presets for this kit called pedal keys, which is like a new thing I'm trying out. And it's essentially like these presets that sound like they're phrases coming from a guitar pedal. You could play in MIDI, right? So we could just play chords. Repeat that over and over and test out some different sounds with that. Thinking maybe like a whiny lead in the back. Played the wrong note at the end there. And then maybe a synth bass. Now let's get started with some drums. Yeah, I might do like that more subby and an 808. So since on this part, since we have this like hard spins 808 for this section, right? But then we go into this section with the kick and like a sub bass. So I feel like this would be a good part to change the snare on the main like snare sound to like a more low key sound. So I'm thinking of changing it to this rim shot right here. Maybe it's some like guitar amp plugins on these. Now, one thing I'm going to do to make these drums a little crispier, I'm going to the bus right here, and I'm going to add Fresh Air, which is a free plugin. Shout out my boy Orsix for putting me onto this sauce. I'm going to boost this all the way up, but only on the bus, so it's not on the individual sound. And then I'm going to turn up the volume of the bus on each of these drum sounds. You hear how that's like way too much, but with and without it, just adds a nice little like boost in like clarity and character to the drums. All right, so other than some quick tweaks, this one is pretty much done. So I'm about to call Salterox and see what he thinks of it. All right, so this is what you had originally sent me, this little loop idea with the VST guitar and a synth. I I like the vibe in general. I felt like I could hear some potential with it, but I just felt like the sounds, specifically the VST guitar. I'm a stickler. I hate VST guitars. So what I did is I actually replayed this like VST guitar idea on my actual guitar, and then I just kind of built around that to fill the loop out a little bit more. What made you choose this specific idea to submit to get fixed, I guess?
I didn't know how to take the loop further at all because I'm not a guitar kind of person, and that's just how the heck came out.
Got a little switch up. So yeah, what do you think?
That's way better than what I sent in. Like I said, I'm not a guitar person, so I didn't know what to do with that. That beat is 100 times better.
Hell yeah. I'll send the files to you whenever I got it done, and I'll be sending that shit out, definitely, like the loop to all the producers I'm working with and all that stuff. Appreciate you for watching to the end of this video. If you guys want more videos like this, just let me know down in the comments below. Just a gentle reminder, if you're interested in being mentored by me, click the first link in the description to check out Sonic's Academy. Have a good one.